All right, it looks like we're ready to start, guys. Let's do it. All right, ladies and gents, welcome to Mediterranean and the continuation of this best of 21 between DauT and Jordan. Just want to explain the situation here. The scoreboard at the top does not allow us to go over 14 games. I tried to look into that. There's no way to solve that. So the score is 9-5. And since the final day, there's potentially 7 games. We're just going to start this over with kind of like a best of. This scoreboard up here is basically going to be the scoreboard for the day. So DauT with 9 wins is 2 wins away from winning the best of 21. DauT is here in the red. DauT is playing as the Italians, and then we have Jordan in the blue. Jordan playing as the Portuguese. So, interesting to me because I think DauT had used. I think these civs are flip-flopped from what we saw on Islands a couple games back. And, you know, for DauT, you've got to be feeling pretty good. Personally, I prefer Italians on Mediterranean over Portuguese, so, you know, maybe, well, there's not any massive differences there. Maybe that's going to be good for DauT. Certainly the confidence levels are going to be good because he played so well. He's up 9-5, very little pressure on him. Jordan, he said yesterday that the big thing for him is if he loses playing good, he can take that. But he doesn't like to lose playing bad, right? He gets down on himself, and he just has high standards for his gameplay. So Jordan did not feel as though on day 2 he performed as well as he has or was capable of. And we'll see what happens here. So someone right off the bat asking me the difference between Mediterranean and Baltic. Mediterranean has less water. However, this is a massive, 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 massive lake in the middle. Not sure what it looks like right now. Normally, I try and spend my time looking for that. But anyways, DauT's on the way to dock. Jordan's about to dock. We are going to see players fighting for the middle. And then you can always see the transport aspect. Now, something that's important about DE Mediterranean is there's a lot of extra sheep. Or like cows in this case. You can see here, Jordan's going to find some. Actually, those might be. No, those are his starting cows. But if DauT were to find these, I mean, that is quick math here, 450 extra food. Personally, okay, this is why I think in some aspects it's a mistake to use DE maps for a competitive map, a best of 21. Because as you can see here, DauT has all these extra cows in the corner. Oh, never mind. It's fine, whatever. Whatever. But yeah, there's lots of holy cows out there. I'd say DauT has the edge if he finds them, but whatever. I'm really critical of DE map gens because some of them are really bad. And truthfully, this one isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Yeah, fighting for water control is really important. Other civs that you would see here would be something like Malay, maybe. Persians, which I don't think have been picked by any of the players so far. Have we seen Persians yet, chat? It's free pick of civilizations with no repeat. I'm trying to think. I don't think they went Persians. So maybe a slight surprise we haven't seen Persians yet, but I feel like maybe there was a... If people are saying yes, remind me what map if you remember. Anyways. Should see fast feudal, should see water control, and then you can normally switch out of that. Go into something else. Italians can advance faster to the next stage. And, it's because it's so cheap. What also is cheap is their fishing ships. DauT is going to be on 3 fishing ships. He's going to add docks soon. Streamlining everything towards wood and gold. The only thing he'll have for food income is the 3 fishing ships, and he will want docks on docks on docks to see what happens. Stealthy Chakram. I don't know if you just got here. I don't know if you... I don't know the situation. But I did just spend a little bit of time explaining the situation with the score. All right. Cannot update the score to do anything beyond today's score because the capture age not really working for it. So it is 9-5. And you're just going to have to accept that this is today's score. And I'm sorry. All right. I saw you say it like 4 times. So I wasn't sure if you were, if you didn't hear me. Or what? So I just wanted to clarify that. And just help me out if other people ask, please. Thank you. Persians versus Malians on Nomad. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so DauT had picked Persians, and then Jordan picked Malians. So I guess Jordan could have gone Persians. I mean, Portuguese aren't bad, right? Portuguese aren't bad. I was just a little surprised. I feel like Italians are better here. But also, I did say that I thought Italians were better on islands, too, and DauT showed otherwise, so. I will still maintain, I think it was poor strategy from Jordan to go landing in that islands game. But that is all a matter of preference at the end of the day. The Persians aren't best on Mediterranean. Yeah, they're up there, right? But it's like, where are you going to use Portuguese? Where are you going to use Italians otherwise? I'm not a Mediterranean expert, trust me. So, and we have the scouts fighting. Now, it's interesting because this is on a hill, and this is super close. There they go to the top of the hill. DauT realizes what is happening here. Wait a second. Jordan's scout has 22 HP. DauT has 30. Why isn't DauT fighting that? Also, did I miss something? How did Jordan's scout get so weak? Maybe DauT did get the better in engagements. It's very possible the scout went into DauT's TC. No, it didn't. That's weird. Okay. Did he use his scout to bring in a boar? That's odd to me. Here he's fighting. And you can see 3 HP versus 17 HP. Jordan has not found DauT yet. He is going to want to go towards this town center. DauT will know that. And DauT's just going to run away and head towards the docks as we see the fighting already starting. And the fighting is looking good for DauT as well. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's 4 versus 3. Jordan having to pull back. Jordan with an opportunity here with the demo, though. This is what happens with our water meta. You think you're going to win, and then bad things happen. And, oh, it's getting so close, demo. Demo's at 95%, and this is actually a really nice hold from Jordan, but now DauT's demo's showing up. DauT's demo, that's a good one. But also, it was well played from Jordan to keep his villager alive there. You know, this is not a point where, like, if this was an actual best of 7, you'd have time to maybe warm up, lose a game or two, and then get a feel for the day. But if you have first game of the day syndrome, and you're rusty, you haven't woken up yet, it would be awful for Jordan. He loses 2 of the potential next 7. He has lost the best of 21. Right now, I'm preferring DauT's position. He's got a scout. On water, everything's looking all right, but things can always change in the blink of an eye with the demos. Here you've got a demo. Oh, that was such a good demo. Reminder that as the score being is 9-5 and Jordan eats another demo, I said that Jordan would win 11-6 in this best of 21. My prediction was pretty much ruined. 10 games into this best of 21. DauT has been a beast, man. DauT has been a beast. Looked really good. Jordan, like, oh, he's eating so many demo shots. To be fair, though, it's like all DauT's making right now. And I'm not seeing much more from DauT. It's like, is he switching into land? He's got farms? Really weird, right? Normally you have a few fires to back it up. DauT's spending a lot of time repairing his weak ships. Here, Jordan's going to lose 1. Okay, what do you think about the fact that repairing like this is meta, guys? What are your thoughts on that? Does anyone else think it's kind of lame? It's just so silly. It's so silly. And you can't take out docks in Feudal Age because as you're trying to, a demo will just pop out. So it's just kind of back and forth with this shenanigans all in Feudal. You do occasionally see galleys now, which is really nice, but the water meta has never really excited me. Even though it's different, like on islands, I think it's more exciting than something like Mediterranean because you probably will never see a galley here because it's close quarters. I can appreciate the fact, you know, you see different units, but at the same time, I'm just like, eh. This is what you have to do? Okay. It's realistic, at least. That's true. That's true, yeah. Just like, you know, fire spitting out of a boat. Very realistic. Jordan is to back away. And yeah, actually pretty close game right now. I mean, there probably were... Historically, they're probably... I don't know if the ships shot fire out like that. There's probably people in there that had some type of a medieval flamethrower type thing. Probably would have been like throwing like oil over to the enemy boat and then lighting it aflame. I don't really know. Greek fire. How did that work though? I of course have heard of Greek fire. It's also a tech for Byzantines, by the way. I don't actually know how that worked. I never looked it up. Fireball, okay. Pumps. Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. I don't know if I could trust you guys, but you seem trustworthy. Okay. Good micro there from Jordan. And a pretty mellow start to the game. If you look at the KD is 8-5. Better for DauT. DauT Scout is just chilling here on 2 HP. We have walls for Jordan on the sides. Jordan does have a barracks, which is interesting. DauT does not. Oh, he's adding his... Oh, no. That's his weak scout from earlier. Maybe he had... maybe he wants to add a few spearmen. Maybe he wants to follow up that barracks with a stable. It is relatively common to see a stable and then send some knights over to the enemy if they're not walled. But for now, he's just made the barracks. I like how they've put their ships on... they've spread them out, so when they're not paying attention, the demos don't hit them. It just looks so silly. It just looks so silly, man. All right, so we're going to have demos waiting. So it's basically when you get aggressive, the enemy's going to show up with a demo, and DauT gets nailed by one. Better for Jordan so far, but do you really want to take these fights before you get your Castle Age upgrades? I don't know about that. Right here, and the fights aren't going so well for Jordan. He's moved out, and I guess it's 7-7 in the end. Ends up getting 1-for-1 trades with the demos there. Should click his upgrades instantly, and does. DauT having to micro away. Jordan having to micro away. Jordan microing away as DauT is doing the same. And keep in mind, the upgrades will be... Actually, it's only going to be a few seconds faster for Jordan. But, that said, he is going to be able to take out this fire. And he might save the other one. Oh! Got it! There he goes. He saves it. 7 HP there. And the very weak scout for Jordan can see that DauT is adding a town center. Now, this is kind of what this map turns into. DauT does not have any fishing ships working, so big advantage for Jordan. You tend to see a bit of a boom. And then you start to see players transition into some land control. DauT won't want to give up on water. He'll still remain competitive there. And in terms of potential long term, it's still pretty huge with the Italians because it is still cheaper for them to go to the next age. It's normally pretty realistic to be able to make it back on water at some stage as DauT has found some of the cows. Moo! You see Jordan protecting this relic. This game will probably go late. We might see a monastery for him shortly. But I think going 3 TCs is always really important too, and he has the resources for that, so maybe getting the 3rd town center is nice. Still plenty of fish in the middle. Everything not looking too bad. DauT with a demo here. Making another one. And he's trying to demo fish, which is something Jordan expected. Which is why he spread his fish out onto separate fish. They're not grouped up. So this is a strat from DauT because he doesn't really want to try and contest and fully win water again. Oh, wow. That was so good. What are the odds, right? Jordan was adding more fishing ships. It just so happened that 2 got close to each other. But well done from DauT there. And we do see a TC for Jordan. Now, in terms of neutral golds, there's a gold over here on the left side between the players. Eventual stonewall here from somebody would be really strong. Well, I guess for Jordan to be strong. For DauT, it would not protect the gold. And then there's also a neutral gold here. So you've got relics and neutral golds to think about. Jordan, with the slight eco lead, I guess, because of the efficiency of it, but we'll see what he turns this into. I'm noticing he doesn't have too many farms right now. Look at DauT. He has horse collar already, and he's got 17 farms. Jordan, getting horse collar now is just now adding his 4th farm, so he's much later to adding food, which makes me think that Jordan is going to be much later to the Imperial Age. But he might be better off in other ways. Like he's got the villager over here. We might see the walls I talked about. We might get relics. He has scouts here in the north. Not really seeing anything. DauT wow, Jordan buying a lot of food right now. Yeah, his eco is a little out of whack. DauT seems to just kind of calculate it and say, whatever. I fought for water. Let's not invest that much more. DauT is on relic number 1. He's going to get relic number 2. And over here, we see cows. And, okay, Jordan's going to try to wall this up. And DauT has a monk here. DauT sees there's an outpost. He sees there's a house. He knows he lost the cows. So he could actually convert this villager. And then she will still wall the area. It'll just be red walls. That's what's funny about this. Maybe she can make it away, though. Run, woman, run! Okay, she's a little bit faster than the monk. Oh, wait. Here comes DauT. Now, DauT can't actually kill the villager with that scout because it's weak. But, DauT. But he could delay her. He could distract her by giving her some boinks here. Okay, now Jordan has to fight back, but now DauT has the hill. And you see what I mean? Actually, DauT could, if he wanted to just kill it, he could also just heal the scout. Okay, Jordan needs to fight it. Okay, now he needs to run back. Oh my god, this is going to be so funny. DauT has he's healing up the scout. There's a weak scout here from Jordan.
Salve.
DauT is really focused on the villager, but what he didn't notice is that the scout is looped all the way back around. Now, DauT could kill that scout and save the monk. Oh my god, you're kidding me. And now can he convert the villager? But the villager could kill the... Oh my word. Oh, how the turntables. That was funny, man. And amongst everything else, right? Okay, so DauT keeps his scout alive. He converts the villager. He even finds this relic.
Presto.
And this villager can now front wall it. Just stone wall here would be huge. I think an eventual castle here would be good behind that. Oh, he's adding a barracks. Ooh. She has turned on the Portuguese people. This is what happens when you have too many taxes, Portugal. The Italians, well, the Italians don't get angry. I don't know. Maybe the Italians get angry. I was going to make a joke, but I failed. DauT on 4 TCs, excuse me. And, yeah, I mean, he's got a lot on stone, so I think he could castle the shoreline.
Salve.
He's even trying to convert some ships right now. That's realistic. And this is everything that I said about Italians that I really like. Jordan, though, has added quite a few fishing ships. He's been fishing like a madman over here. He has 1 relic right now, which isn't great. DauT with a lot of vision on where those golds are, and I think a really good grasp on how he wants to play this. But Mediterranean games can go on for a long time. Here's the monk now. Now, this would be funny. Is Jordan going to spot... Tell me he's going to spot this. Okay, he spotted the range. He could actually convert her right back. And I thought it was a little weird how DauT decided to build his forward base with just 1 villager. Jordan didn't react, though. Oh, I guess he wants to get that relic right now. That makes sense. He's probably clicked the monk to the relic. Jordan on the way. He is behind, but this is expected in the matchup. And this is where it's really, really hard to know what to do with only 200 pop. Like, do you really want to commit 50 population on water? I don't know. Then again, water control is important to control the shoreline. If you just forget about water, someone can go for cannon galleons and start taking down most of what you have. I have a feeling DauT knows this relic is being taken, and he's going to try and kill this monk. And this is just such a DauT game right now. Like, everything about this is so DauT. Look at this. 1 cav archer. And the cav archer is going to come out of the archer range that the converted villager built. And DauT's going to go in right for that monk. He knows that monk is there. Oh, wait a second. Jordan kills the villager, and also the cav archer had to be deleted. And now Jordan is going to get back home with the relic. Big move there. That'll make it 3-2 for him. Over here, he's sent a scout out because he sees the monk from DauT. He's going to take that. Here you have Jordan checking the gold. He's going to see this. He will probably convert just a villager. Actually, there's some weak ones there, so he could also kill some. Lots of villager conversions in this game. That's been the talking point as the scout now attacking the vills. Jordan reacts. That could be a conversion. Those scouts technically are the counter, and DauT does not get the conversion. Meaning that the villagers are kind of in a rough spot. Plus, you know, you do have to worry about Jordan building something over here. Oh, God, Jordan. Don't give it. Jordan. Okay. He was thinking about it, you know? He's like, maybe if I give DauT the relic, that will be nicer today. Probably a misclick of some kind. But the monk was heading back the other way. Thankfully, the relic seems to be... Oh, you know what happened? He clicked the monk back to his base, but there was no opening here because he was making a new gate. And so the best path would have been the whole way around. Here you have fast fire ships, something Italians are so good with. I'm still a little frustrated looking back at that Islands game that we didn't see fast fire do what you'd normally see fast fire accomplish in early imp with Islands. But on Mediterranean, I mean, there's a lot less space, which could mean the demos could be strong. And that's exactly what Jordan's going for, as we have heavy demo. Coconut Dawn says the score isn't updated at the top. Yeah, I know. We cannot update it. Chat will update you on that situation if you missed it. But the score is 9-5, and this is just the scoreline for the day. Yeah, Mediterranean games can be very campy, can go a long time. This might be one of the longest games we've seen in quite a bit. DauT really trying to fight out on water now. He's going to go for Galleon, I assume. Oh yeah, Galleon's on the way. Has fast fire. You have Karak. I think Karak, whatever. You know, it's not the Manchester United player. And Jordan and DauT both investing heavily on water. We even have fortified wall now for Jordan. You can see the players here are really trying to get walls up so they don't have to worry about the sides for now, which makes sense. So 170 pop for DauT, 170 pop for Jordan. They can only get 30 more pop on the field. Most of that will come on water. Which composition is better? I mean, Galleons can take out demos in theory. Fires can take out the Galleons in theory, but depending on how those engagements go, things can start to look pretty good. And, you know, truthfully, this water meta, the fact that we have 3 different types of ships on water now is really exciting. It's feudal age that really is boring for me. I think the problem with going demos is you really have to get some good connects to be able to pay for them, right? And the timing's going to have to be there. Jordan does have demos on the queue. DauT's fast fires, though, have pushed Jordan all the way back here. And DauT coming in, he's like, that's a good idea. He does not have heavy demo. It was actually funny how he was able to get a connect there. I'm looking at the queue. The queues look somewhat similar, but I think DauT's got a little bit more queued up. I also wonder if this is Vitoria territory. Probably not. Maybe in 30 minutes, Jordan, being the Portuguese, could consider making a Vitoria. The trickle of resources that Vitoria would bring you would be important when resources start to run out. What's up, Clolo? Thank you. Thank you for the resub. Really hard to judge how many ships are in a clump, by the way, because they stack up, if you haven't realized, so. But the fact that it's hard to judge, players get used to, and they end up forming a decent judgment of it. That might not make sense to you, but like players get used to kind of how it works. And they have more of an idea than you think. DauT does have Cannon Galleon here in the middle. And it's just a lot of pew-pew-pewing right now. Haven't seen the demos do too much for Jordan so far. And the fires at least are tanking a lot of shots. I do like that aspect of it. Because the demos haven't killed that much. But here you've got 35. Here you've got 25. Yeah, DauT's got the numbers. I think Jordan thinks he's fine. But DauT has a whole lot more stacked here. Then again, Jordan does have more HP with Portuguese. So that's no joke. But he's getting overwhelmed now, Jordan. So, you know, DauT has made so much of this best of 21 look easy, right? He's playing at an amazing level. But with the ability to research shipwright, because it's so cheap with Italians, you can just field so much more, or not field so much more, lake so much more. And it does make life complicated for the Portuguese. When I'm thinking Portuguese versus Italians on water, I'm typically thinking about, are Portuguese taking advantage of Vitorias? But, you know, here we're not really seeing that. It is something that Jordan could use, and he does have one. Okay, so this takes up 20 population space, and it gives you a trickle of all resources. but it pretty much is not worth it in terms of the efficiency and lack of pop. So Jordan's pop says it's at 184. Really, it's 164. DauT is going to instead take control of the golds on the sides. And he's got castles up on both sides and probably start to pressure there too. So I think it's something that Jordan probably should do. But really, he's gonna need to fight back on water. That's his win condition here. And here he goes. Now, DauT has a lot of cannon galleons here. That's 6 cannon galleons. They're not cheap. I love how he decided to take the control and then immediately come out with them, by the way. So many people are so hesitant to do that. He takes out a castle, and Jordan says, okay, I'm just going to make another one? As Jordan tries to fight back on water. Now, DauT realizing what's happening, he's like, oh, shoot, all right, we've got to get more out here. He is queuing up a little more. There's a really good castle position for Jordan. And Jordan's military pop, at least, is getting higher than DauT's. DauT mixing in the fast fires is a big one. Also, his cannon galleons are actually getting some hits. Really close fight. I'm going to try and group up everything to check the HP. DauT does still seem to have a bit more in the way of HP. Jordan's castle now up will help, but the cannon galleons are still there. And Jordan's docks are producing, but they're also cut off from each other. So he's coming in with numbers from this side and then also from this side. I'm just waiting for DauT to put a treb behind here. Oh, Jordan's doing the same, though. DauT is really playing this well. Now, Jordan, he's been in this spot before. I don't think he should make a second Fatoria because he loses too much pop space. One is probably all that's really going to work for him. Jordan is just getting smashed. He's just getting absolutely smashed. You look at the KD here. It looks relatively even, but DauT's taking all the positions on the map. He's got the sides of the map. He's got the water. Just absolutely love Italians against Portuguese on water. An opinion that I've been expressing since Hidden Cup 4. And I've been really strong with that opinion too, because after seeing a few games on islands, some people feel like, oh, Portuguese are just going to win because of Fatorias. No, that's not how it works. The fact your dock techs are so cheap, you always are going to have an advantage going to the next age. Shipwright is a big upgrade. A lot of people may be wondering what that is. That makes your ships cheaper long term. And so if you can get that right away, because your dock techs are cheap, then you can field more at this stage, which is exactly what DauT's doing. I suppose it is going to be... Oh, wow. Jordan lost his trap. I suppose it is going to be a little awkward for DauT to kill Jordan, but it seems like he's doing everything he needs to. Use the cannon galleons to take out Jordan's treb, I think. Hand of Steel says, what is Jordan's win condition? Well, he needs to get back on water. He's got 17 on gold, 60 on wood. He needs to get back on water. Get back on water and then figure it out. So he's got to hold. It's really tough to use the demos. The demos have not worked too well. And it's a one-and-done unit, you know. It doesn't have any tanking effect either. Whereas if the fires don't really kill anything for DauT, what they're doing is they're soaking up damage so his galleons can kill everything else. Full land isn't an option. Well, DauT did leave a hole here, but DauT's got castles on either side. So going land isn't an option for Jordan. It is an option for DauT, as you see him getting infantry armor. So yeah, Jordan, priority number 1 is fight back on water, and maybe DauT with this type of a lead is just going to switch this game to land and try and finish the German off. Just run past with light cap. But run past a castle with ballistics. Plus, you have to take the time and resources to add stables when you don't have a lot of wood. Then get upgrades to get past the castles. It's just... Jordan has to... This is a point of the game where you're a couple steps behind. Jordan has to worry about the main threat right now, take care of water, and then start to prep some type of switch. DauT here happy to force Jordan into repairs with the cannon galleons and also the trebuchets. And he's not forgetting about water, knowing what Jordan will do. And here he goes. Again, fast fires. Now, Jordan's going to have to send in the demos, but you see what happens when the fast fires are being shot by the... Like, the units from Jordan have to back up, and all the galleons are getting free hits the entire time. Fast fire combined with Galleon feels so much stronger than Demo combined with Galleon. All right, DauT. Is he going to take this castle out? That's a lot of repair villagers. That's 20 villagers repairing. So he has 20 population space held up in the Feitoria and 20 population repairing a single castle. That's not going to stay up. DauT looking good in the middle. That Portuguese maybe making caravels is what people are thinking. The thing is that caravels get wrecked by fast fires. Caravels are really good when the enemy only has galleons, but maybe you could have a mix of it. I don't know. I just think, I mean, DauT's making everything look so easy, but fast fire, galleon, pretty simple. And after ship rate, pretty cheap. Is Jordan, I mean, this guy's about to run out of stone over here. Everything is attacking this freaking castle. I think DauT has assumed that he's going to take it out. So he actually pulled his cannon galleons back over to the docks. Score is 9-5 overall in this best of 21. We don't have that score at the top because of a scoreboard issue. So we're just going to do the score for the day as DauT comes over here with a forward castle. Jordan trying to stay alive is 20. Well, he's 35 eco behind. And then he is also 20 military behind. But I suppose in theory, DauT's eventually going to run out of gold. Jordan does have 3 relics. DauT only has 2. And Jordan has a Feitoria, so... Actually, Jordan's running out of wood. Look where Jordan has to take wood right now. He is flat out running out of wood that he can take. Speaking of resources, people are saying he has 2 Feitorias. Okay, he's got 2 now. He does have 2, but he's losing more and more control in this game. There's a stable for someone that maybe wanted light cav. It's going to be really tough to get through with anything. And I think Jordan, he's trying, guys, but I think he's going to be forced to call the GG shortly. And yeah, there it is. DauT just outplaying him. So, I hate to question Civilization so much because the reality is good players make Civilizations look good. And DauT has done that here. But Viper and I yesterday were talking a lot about the Civilization choices from both players. And overall, I'm just kind of thinking back to, I don't think Jordan used Italians properly on islands when he ended up picking them. And then here, DauT picked Italians and used it perfectly. And it is a pretty good matchup against Portuguese. And think back to early Castle Age. Let me just try and find, what time would that have been? Let's say 21 minutes. Let's look. 21 minutes. It takes me a moment with Capture Age Pro here to get back there. But anyways, I'm going to go back. And I want to show the eco transition. Yeah, this is pretty much the exact point. DauT, he at this stage already has 7 farms. He's going for the second TC, and he's going to farm around that. And the third TC, and he's going to farm around that. There was a point where Jordan had 3 or 4 farms, and DauT had 17. And then it's cheaper for Italians to go to the next stage, and DauT was able to fight right back on water. Now, the small things in the mid game, Jordan was able to do really well. Like at the relics, he ended up being up 3-2. But I think DauT, with the faster Imperial, with everything he was able to accomplish with that, was able to then take the sides. You can see there, despite the fact that Jordan has a building, which brings in resources, DauT had more wood, he had more food, he had more gold, and he had more stone. Mining resources, finding those resources with villagers is better than Feitoria every single time, and DauT did that. Okay, now this scoreboard, I can set to whatever I need to. The in-game scoreboard just doesn't work. It's not used to this many games. So, the score is now 10-5. And if DauT wins one more, he wins the best of 21. Let me see if I can update this. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, sorry for confusion there. Also, if I sounded a little sassy because you were asking about it, basically, I had already spent a great deal of time talking about it before, and it's just the nature of streaming where you guys show up after I already say things, so didn't mean to be sassy. What is next? Jordan. What is next? I did say 11-6 for DauT, right? I'm pretty sure that's what I said before this all started. Okay, looks like the next game will be on Empire Wars, and it's Haboob. It's Haboob, which, side note, is actually muted within the game. Look at this. Apparently, Age of Empires 2 DE is a Christian Minecraft server. Look, it won't even. We're all adults here. and the game won't even show the map name. Like, come on. It just bleeps it out. Oh, that's true. You guys might not all be adults. Okay, fair enough. But anyways, so Haboob is coming up next. Haboob is a very aggressive map, and it is Empire Wars. So that means it starts off in Feudal Age. My expectation here is that we see a Magyar War. I think Magyars is the best civilization on this map. DauT is the Red Bull Wololo 3 champion. This map was in that tournament. However, I don't think this is one of his best maps in that tournament. So, hello T90. I'm 10 years old and my mom told me I can't watch this if it has the word boob in it. Okay, well, thanks to Microsoft and Age of Empires 2DE, you can still watch the stream, son. Because look, looks like you're okay. But Scariest says, T90, I had the game mute the word doc in chat. So, yeah, I know. I tried to signal and tell a teammate that the enemy had docked, and it got muted. Because doc is a bad word, apparently. You complained about a lack of filter on Twitter, though? I never did that. I never did that. I said that moderation is needed. There's a difference between, like, Microsoft's a massive company, right? I said active and informed moderation would be good for the game. And so after there was, like, a complaint or two about that, and I also did say something on Twitter, like 3 weeks later, they just implemented some weird word filter into the game so people can't have basic conversations. Ah! How good would it be to have some type of active moderation? It'd be so nice. It'd be so nice. Okay, it looks like they've started. Let's see. And now the filter used to be really bad. Like there was a point where normal phrases that didn't even sound somewhat like a quote-unquote bad word weren't working. They have improved it, but it's still funny how Haboob doesn't work. Game number 16 here. Score at the top says 1-0. That is 1-0 for the final day. This could be the final game. And oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe what we're seeing here. DauT has gone for Incas. He's gone for Incas to win the best of 21. The score is 10-5. And this is Empire Wars, so you start in Feudal Age. And DauT has picked Incas. And the first thing he does is he's going for villagers forward and getting blacksmith upgrades. Inca villagers are affected by blacksmith upgrades. Jordan kind of expecting this right off the get-go. He's gone for a tower here to try and defend from this madness. Now, I personally, I won't pretend it's easy to face up against. I won't pretend I haven't died to it many times. I absolutely love how unique Incas are with this. It's very YOLO. It's very aggressive in a day and age where a lot of people are walling and playing every civ the same way. Will Jordan be able to defend from this? Here he comes. He's got Magyars now, so he has extra attack. He's sending his own villagers. Oh, goodness. I can't imagine that players are going to really have a lot of food income. Pay attention to the TC idle time, too, because micro is important here. Either Jordan stays alive or Jordan dies and the best of 21 ends. It is really hard to kill Incas and their villagers. That said, 2 towers have gone down already. And in terms of Vil losses, DauT has killed 1. He's not lost any yet. Scouts from Jordan coming in. They still have the extra attack. DauT. As to micro the Vils, I mean, micro isn't DauT's strong suit. He's got some weak ones in here. And I feel like Jordan has done a better job. Look at this. He's pulled that weak villager away. It's now 2-2 with eco losses. Also, Jordan making some walls here so DauT can't escape. DauT loses another one. DauT loses, well, Jordan losing some too. And it's a party here. It's a party, 4-4. Now, overall Vil count, Jordan has more. Probably because he has more villagers working. And DauT trying to get spears through here in the plays from Jordan. And the spearmen are going to die to the TC. Yeah, DauT. This has not worked out too well. Oh my God. It's actually funny, though, how even the KD is. It's 7-7. In the end, Jordan, I don't know if you could call that a win, necessarily. But let's just say he won. And I'm actually looking around now to see what he's going to do for food, right? He's going to need farms. DauT's got some farms. DauT pulling the villagers that were on the stone back here to go to gold now. And I think DauT's going to change his strategy to play full on defense until Castle Age, which I suppose is a possibility. Of course, Jordan was off of berries, which hurts him. He is going to make a few scouts, though, and I think with 3 or 4 scouts, it would make sense for him to get to DauT's base and try and pick off some vills. But, DauT's going to have some spearmen, so it's well within reason that he might be able to survive till the next stage. We'll see. Yeah, of course, the eco idle time is a fantastic stat to look at. But having 12 minutes of eco idle time when you pull a lot of villagers is... you need to pull villagers to survive there, right? Right, so that's the correct response. But also, it's expected. And that's not a big deal compared to losing vills. Because, instead of the eco being idle, the eco would be dead. And it would never be able to work ever again. DauT with his woodline over here, by the way. This is how this map normally shapes up. And Jordan makes it to DauT's base. Trying to see what's going on. I did see that Jordan has added an archer range, which is really good for any spearmen. But, DauT's starting to make some eagles now. He's going to make his second mining camp on gold. He is going to make a market at some point soon. And he's just going to start buying and selling res to get castle. If he gets to Castle Age Eagles before Jordan is able to get to Knights, could be a real worry for Jordan. I think, didn't DauT beat Yo in Red Bull Wololo on this map with Incas? I think it was Incas versus Bulgarians. Or actually, I could be wrong. Maybe it was... I know Bulgarians was also something that we saw from DauT. Lots of aggressive strategies here. I had said that I thought it would be a Magyar's war because you see a lot of Magyars. But we haven't seen why. Well, I mean, we did see why you picked Magyars because the scouts did help Jordan initially, but DauT just got to make sure that he's paying attention to his palisades, which he had to add manually. You do not start with these. He did a really good job, but Jordan with good food eco, DauT with 20 on gold. Honestly, at this point, DauT should just make another mining camp. Like, holy cow. This is really inefficient. Also, thank you, Michigan Man, for helping people out with the score. I know people are confused by that. The overall score is 10-5. And DauT's going to buy food here and click up, but Jordan is up first. Now, I think you have to go with Knights here to make use of your bonuses. But if DauT ever gets to Pikeman and Eagle, then it gets really complicated for Knights. And with this type of an eco, it doesn't look good, but it's actually fantastic for Eagles because it just costs a lot of gold and not a lot of food. You don't need much on food. Any food you need for upgrades or whatever, you just kind of buy here. And also, it's a lot harder to raid Inca villagers because they are affected by those blacksmith upgrades. That said, I think Jordan, like, here, you see a farm? You should be attacking that, surely. Maybe he's a little worried about what's to come as he's going for 3 stables. Also, Jordan didn't get his wood upgrade at the start. This is a map that, in these settings in general, not something that Jordan is really used to. He didn't make it into any of the Red Bull Wololo events, though he did try and qualify for the most recent one. But yeah, I mean, you forget about that, and you suddenly thinking, like, man, why don't I have wood? I don't understand. And then you check. Might be too late at that point. Also, at this stage, he might go to it out of instinct when he reaches Castle Age. Maybe he had clicked it earlier and he just didn't have the resources for it and he thought it was being researched. Okay, he's going to see this. And he will get his extra attack in about 10 seconds, so definitely worth taking the fights. And the Eagles themselves do get extra attack in general when they reach the next stage. But that's not going to be for a bit, so Jordan will be very happy with these trades. Okay. So now, instinctively, Jordan reaching Castle Age. Yep, he goes to his lumber camp. He realized, oh, shoot, I didn't have the feudal age one. But at least he realized that. He's going to add a monastery to probably heal up when necessary, and we will have 3 stables. But I don't think Jordan's eco is really set up for 3 stables. He's going for armor right away? Okay, I think this might be too early. Something that I've been working on is that Like, I had an issue where I was getting the armor upgrade immediately, and then my stables were idle. I think when you get the attack upgrades for free, I think you should probably just work with numbers first before getting that. But either way, he snipes the villager. I really like that move. And let's see. I mean, here you have 7 eagles versus 4 knights that will be fully Castle Age upgraded. I mean, this is not a fight that DauT should win. As Jordan is going to... Did he cancel his wood upgrade again? Guys? What happened there? I'm really confused by that. Anyways, maybe he doesn't think the game will go on very late. It's not an expensive upgrade. Why did he cancel his wood upgrade? Is that a bug? He canceled it to get armor? Yeah, but like... I guess he really wanted that armor fast. DauT getting pikemen now. He's trying to get to that composition that I spoke of. He also has monks out. I say monks. There's really just one monk, and Jordan will see that. And there's actually 2. DauT gets a really fast conversion there, and Jordan, don't give him another one. Jordan runs away, so he ends up killing the monk. Not the end of the world, but he does lose a knight there, and combined with the conversion, he also another one, and it's a whole lot easier for DauT to be able to make a lot of military. It's just that in equal numbers, the knights will be stronger. Jordan, if he really wants to be a nerd, could kill that eagle and make it out of here. It's not easy, though, so yeah, he'll back away. Now he's getting a wood upgrade. If he cancels this, I retire from AoE. Do not cancel this, please. Okay, I think he's okay. He needed that wood upgrade. He's going to make some scorpions now. Scorpion's not really effective against the eagles, though. I was just saying to the audience earlier that I played my round of 16 USA Cup games last night. I was Chinese against Mayans. I was ahead in eco. Kind of similar to Jordan. I was further ahead in eco than Jordan. But anyways, all in eagle pushes. With monks, with pikes, it's just so deadly. And it's so tough when you're making just knights against a style like this. But anyways, it was the best of 3. I got surprised and smashed in game 1, and then I got really nervous and really anxious. Because I'm seed 2 against seed 13, I think. Don't get me wrong, he's a solid player. Had to fight my way back in that best of 3. So getting a little bit of PTSD here, as Jordan's going to have to defend from this. But what I didn't have was Magyars. I mean, the Magyar attack is nice. And Jordan having scorpions, also having monks, and also bringing in the scouts. Oh, what a play from Jordan there. That was so good. Though he will still lose a knight. And it's still an awkward fight for him as he's going to take it. He's behind by 8 military here, guys. And is that fight going to be acceptable for Jordan? I think it is. I think it is. Also looping the scouts back in and taking another monk and says, thank you very much. The knights owning everything. Who needs the wood upgrades, right? And just prioritize those knights. Really good patience from Jordan here after a good fight, too. I like that. And, oh, he's worked DauT there. Oh, God, DauT just got outplayed big time. Because DauT had clicked the knights. The knights got pulled back. The monks were like, they're just awaiting orders and following orders and... the value from those scouts. And now the Rams have accomplished nothing. They're pulled back. DauT's actually trying to keep units alive by hopping inside of the Ram. I think this game might end here. I think this series will be extended. And I mean, if Jordan wants to, he could always have town centers behind this, but there's really no reason to. Here is he even micros the Scorpion a little bit. To keep that alive, he's just going to take out the Mangonel. He's killing some villagers. And he just needs to continue to do this. And yeah, DauT's Inca play, that type of a strategy, there's potential that it works really well. There's potential that it ends the game fast. However, it is very difficult to perform that because of the amount of clicking that's needed. It's not like clicking Flemish Revolution and instantly getting 120 military. No, you actually have to play the game here. So in this instance, Jordan just did a really good job defending. Really good job defending. And while there were some questions over some small things, because it's stressful, right? Like, you could look at a few things here and say, oh my goodness, that doesn't look great. Like the farms, for example. Good players make bad farms because they're so fast. That's what I'm trying to get at here. And Jordan gets a win. And so on the day, The score is 1-1. And that means that he is still alive. The score overall is 10-6 now. But Jordan cannot lose a game, guys. He's got to continue to win here. Otherwise, the best of 21 goes to DauT. All right. T90 trying to justify his farms again. Hey, anything I can do, man, to make myself feel better, I'll try it. So what's up next? Arena? Okay, can we talk about the fact that we just went from this super fast-paced, crazy game mode to Arena, which is probably the slowest, most passive we have in our scene? That's kind of funny. Okay, so we've seen 16 games. And what civilizations are remaining that are really strong? I think Malay, Turks, Teutons. I don't think we've seen those civs from either player. We did see Aztecs from DauT once, but I don't think Aztecs are ranked quite as highly in the pecking order on Arena now. Not as much as they were a few years ago. Let's think about the civs that I mentioned, Malay, Turks, and Teutons. If someone goes Teutons, what civ do you want to counter it? Probably Turks, right? It feels weird. But probably Turks. It's still so awkward, maybe you just want to have Teutons yourself. So it could be, if they're that terrified of certain civs, they might just pick it themselves. I mean, I'm by no means an Arena expert. I do think, Britons, that's true running. And Britons would perform pretty good against Malay. They would also perform pretty good against Turks. That's a good point. Britons could actually be strong here. It's one of those deals where I know Britons should be strong in Arena, but I'm terrible at executing when I go for it. And yeah, we've seen Britons for DauT and Malay for Jordan. Wonderful. So no Teutons. Sorry, Teuton fans. Bear with me here. I am in the game. I'll get you guys into the game. Let's go. All right. So the overall score in the best of 21 is 10-6 with DauT leading. But the score on day 3 is 1-1. DauT just needs one more win in the potential next 5 to win the best of 21. Would be freaking epic if Jordan could continue to extend this series and maybe take it to a final game. Here we have Arena, which I have to say, very interesting map generation, very interesting terrain. Jordan has gone for the Malay. Civilization that is definitely top 3 in my eyes on Arena, and I'm going to explain why, because I think Jordan will do that build order. And then here in the red, you have DauT, and I'd say this civilization, it depends a little bit more on. But anyways, DauT has gone for the Britons, and while Arena is a map where you think about siege civilizations or civilizations that tend to be like crazy with eco, Arena is also a map where you can take a lot of map control, and Britons are hard to stop if you get to Onager, Longbowman, or Arbalest, and Trebuchet. In terms of the maps look pretty fair. There was a time where I would cast Arena, and I'd be like, oh, this person has all their golds forward, and the Viper guy has all of his golds in the back. You know, the map generations were not as consistent, and there was nothing else to talk about, but here at least the map gens are not really, it's not really something we have to focus on too much anymore. So, wait a second. The relics, though. Wait, aren't there supposed to be 5 relics? Okay, I take it back. The relics do seem to favor DauT. And there's only 4 relics, too. So there's 3 relics close to DauT, and there's 1 for Jordan. Someone says gold by DauT. Gold by DauT. You mean this 3-tile gold? Nah, that's not a big deal. There's this 3-tile gold here for Jordan. Oh, there are 5? Am I blind? Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, I take it back. We're in 2021, and the map generations are not consistent. It bothers me so much, man. It bothers me so much because this is the standard DE version of Arena. Why is any Lowy the Legend tournament that's being hosted right now having fair relic generations with their map scripts, but not the actual game version? Sort it out, devs. Sort it out, man. Holy moly. You got Discords that have 50 people in them running tournaments with fairer map scripts than DE. So it's rigged. And that could actually be a really big deal on Arena. Let's talk about Jordan's build order. I assume he's going to go for it anyways. Basically, since Malay advanced 66% faster to the next stage, people figured out this build where you go fast feudal into your feudal age eco upgrades, like horse collar, bit axe, and then wheelbarrow, into a fast castle, and your castle age time will be pretty comparable to what the enemy will do, but you'll have the stronger eco, and then also you'll be able to compete for relics and boom. So for Jordan, I'm kind of expecting him to go for that build. I'd be surprised. Actually, wait a second. I was watching someone recently. I was watching their stream recently, and they didn't go for it with Malay. And I think it might have been Jordan. He went for like 30 population up. So maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. Shoot, I forget who that was. Yeah, maybe it was him. And I remember thinking, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. If he's going 2 farms in Dark Age, he's not going for what I was talking about. But yeah, the relics are completely rigged. I mean, that sucks for Jordan. To be down games and then have all the relics right next to DauT's base. Rather unfortunate. The golds themselves, like the neutral golds and stones and whatnot, they're fair, so that's not really a talking point, but I really hope that this doesn't turn into a situation where DauT has 4-to-1 relics, because it feels like a lot of this is kind of a gift. Like, these two should be freebies. This one arguably a freebie. But at least 3-to-2 is acceptable, because that tends to happen anyways. Yeah, instead of going for the build order I was talking about, the alternative is to go, I think 26 or 27. 27 might even be a little bit too early. 27 villagers in Dark Age. You get to feudal. You add 2 villagers as you're making your buildings, and you go up to castle. Don't get me wrong. It's still going to result in a very fast castle time. It's just that you're not taking advantage of having feudal eco upgrades. So I personally prefer the build that I discussed. Especially when done correctly, but maybe Jordan doesn't have the experience there. I think Jordan said that he'd prefer DauT on Arena, or maybe it was Viper had said that. I know Jordan has had quite a bit of experience on Arena the last 6 months. Having to play in the German Championship, I mean, playing in the German Championship is basically playing Arena every single set because there's so many German clowns. You got like running, you got Skogo. I could go down the list of people who prefer their walls. You know, that said, it is a map I know he's played on ranked a bit more than probably ever. Because before DE, I bet you Jordan probably hadn't played Arena a single time. Jordan still hasn't clicked, but this is just because he advances faster to the next stage. So if you're rooting for Jordan here, you don't need to be too stressed out, too worried as he's pushing in his final deer. Bane Vader says, from what I remember, the total res collected ended up being similar. Feudal Boom versus FC. Yeah, it's not about the total res. It's about the feel and what you're able to do with it, I think. I've had conversations with high-level players about it. Virtually every single one says Feudal Age build is better. But you are still a little later to Castle Age, which is maybe a factor that Jordan's thinking of. It might just be a matter of preference. What's up, Running? Yeah, Running, you're not a true clown. You're someone who likes to play Arena, but you're actually capable on other maps, you know? And I'm not going to list people who aren't. Because that would be rude. That would be rude. Terror. Okay. Anyways, there's the barracks for Jordan. You see just how fast he makes it to the next stage. And so he'll be there at around the same time as DauT. And we will probably see a stable, probably see a blacksmith. Yeah, Fiverr, it was a pleasure. I love raiding people. I love to send all my viewers to somebody and make their day. I'm glad that she had a good one because of it. And now DauT's going for a range build. Now, this is rather slow. So if the relics were actually far away from his base, as they should be, some of them anyways, going for the archer spearman type build that he's going to shoot to go for here, it would be a whole lot weaker. But because the relics are right next to DauT's base, I think this is really good. I mean, 3 is going to be... He's going to take 3 and call it a day, I'm sure. Might even be able to get more than that. So Jordan going to be in Castle Age with a crazy fast time. He's probably... Maybe he decided to go for the faster castle as opposed to the build I mentioned, simply because he knows he needs to contest for relics. Now, with how everything has gone in this game, if Jordan were to continue taking that fight, he would probably lose it. I always lose those. I never... When they have the same HP and they're fighting, I always lose those, and I cannot figure it out. When I'm casting, though, I typically say that anyone who's on Viper's team is going to win that, which is a little awkward because both of these guys are teamed up with Viper, so I wouldn't know how to call that as a caster. Here you've got a relic. Here you've got a relic. Yeah, DauT sees the relics. He knows about them. Here comes the Spearman. He has some archers, too. And Jordan will be adding scouts. So he gets the Castle Age really fast. He can get the relics in a bit faster, but also he doesn't have the res to boom, too. Which is with the build I mentioned. You're in Castle Age maybe a minute or two later. But you can add TCs, Monastery, Light Cav. You can do all of it, right? But I think maybe timing's important here. He sees the archers. Probably something that doesn't come as a huge surprise. Here you have 20 to 20 HP. Jordan maybe trying to click Light Cav right now. Oh, he's getting armor. But he can't wait 40 seconds before taking another hit. So he's got to make sure that he brings the scout in. Armor will definitely be helpful against some archers. Because I expect DauT to add a monastery. DauT's doing that, and Britons have very cheap TCs, so I expect to see that too. Truthfully, DauT's food eco is not that good right now. We'll see. I'm really curious. DauT's trying to protect the forward relics first. How would you integrate making some scouts into a fast castle unique unit build for a generic civ? Fast castle unique unit build isn't with scouts. It's just normally you want to go scouts into a boom into unique unit, right? So I can't really give you too much advice on that. There are some arena players who really like to go with Turks and go for light cav for map control and then a castle drop after that, like as a follow-up, which I suppose is a thing, but basically, you know, if we're talking high-level builds, as Jordan's going in here, you should be able to pull off light cav if you're going 26 plus 2. Oh, the knight, though. Oh, it gets converted! You're kidding me! Oh, just as Jordan converted the spearman. Oh, man, if the timing would have been different there, he could have shifted his conversion with his monk back to his knight. That's so unfortunate for Jordan. And he's going to go in here as we have maybe a pause, as Jordan is probably... Hold on, guys. I've been told that Jordan is going to throw his keyboard out the window. 1 second. Okay, no, he's good. He's good. He thought better of it. Monks can occasionally make you a bit frustrated. And these scouts are very weak. The knight knows that the monk just wasted his conversion juice. And so the monk goes down. The knight is going to run away, but probably die. Unless there's a monk over here for Jordan, which there's not. I guess Jordan could use the scouts to block that, actually, but he's doing a million other things. Ooh. Oh, 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 oh! What are you going to do, DauT? Okay, DauT runs away. Update on the TCs. DauT adding his second TC. Jordan has this one and this one. Oh, man, Jordan's eco is way stronger right now. He's also done a pretty good job contesting for the relics. Neither player with a relic just yet. So, I mean, everything's up for grabs. DauT trying to go for the forward ones, though. He might end up regretting that if he doesn't end up getting any. And then Jordan somehow takes the ones that are close to his base. Monk there. We'll go for conversion. Now, that should be a monk kill, right? What? What? Like, the knights were so close. And now Jordan's like, what on earth is this, man? He's going to try and convert the crossbow. Now, that should be a conversion if it's fair. Okay, he gets it. At least it's fair. At least it's even. Here he's looping his knights back to the monk. Now, that should be a conversion. If it's consistent, there we go. Consistent conversions. I just wish all conversions were relatively consistent, you know? Remove some of that RNG factor. As we see a siege workshop for Jordan, he seems to be worried here because his main gold, very exposed. Truthfully, though, I think he should be able to just pull back to this gold. So he doesn't have to lose villagers here, Jordan. Good micro, but the siege workshop's at 95%. Jordan with the Vil lead, so it's still not, game ending. He was able to keep his weak scout alive to maybe get any monks, which is a big deal. And he also has some knights out there, and still a Vil lead for Jordan as the scout goes down next to the relic. Overall score in this game is 10, or in the series is 10-6 for DauT. DauT does not have Bodcanero. The crossbows showing that, and crossbows going down. DauT also lacking monks close by. Jordan probably happy with this, as we'll probably see a Scorpion. Scorpion's a great addition. Ivor says, how would that work? Guaranteed conversion time after a set time. So currently there's min-max. So there's minimum conversion time and there's maximum conversion time. And it just introduces way more RNG than I think should be included in our game now that it's so competitive and there's so many big tournaments, and one conversion can change a game so much, right? This game is essentially down to small little differences all the time.
Impero.
Monks are included in that. So I'm not saying I want it to be the same conversion time every time. But I think whatever that min-max is, I think it should be a bit closer. For example, I think there's a 2% chance that a monk converts a light cav, which is supposed to be the counter, within 2 seconds. I forget, I don't have the exact data on it. But a light cav is supposed to be the counter, right? Right, here you go. DauT, I mean, DauT wanted relics, right? So he's gonna get this one. Okay, you're gonna have the monk. Keep moving on here. I mean, DauT is caught up in eco. He really has. And the relics are still really close to his base. Jordan doesn't have a single relic. All this fighting just for one relic to be brought in. But I guess Jordan could take the ones that are close to DauT's base. Here you go. DauT looking to get conversions. Doesn't get it. The scout goes in. Will get a kill. Won't get a kill, excuse me. The Scorpion, though, could kill the monks. The monks could also convert the knights. Ah! Scorpion. Is the knight going to be converted back? DauT deletes it. Oh, man. What a crazy moment that was. And DauT will actually take out the Scorpion. The monk that's left will heal up the crossbows, and DauT's still okay. If the goal is to boom and get the relics, DauT's doing an all right job. He's doing a better job than Jordan anyways. Could be the final game of the best of 21 if this continues like this. But you never know. I mean, DauT's just about to get relic number 2. I love how he continues to drop the relics to go in for knight conversions. I also like how he's getting ballistics now, and he prioritized Bodcanero too. He knows how important it is to invest into the middle of the map right now. And you would outrange a Scorpion. He'll take out a Scorpion pretty quickly with this many crossbows. Whereas when it was 4 or 5... Actually, he'll kill everything with this many crossbows. The Knights don't have a chance. The Melee don't get the second armor upgrade even if he wanted it. The Monks don't have a chance. Jordan's in big trouble. Trebuchet says, hello. Is this series going to be on YouTube? Yeah, it already is on YouTube. Some of it anyways. I was debating on how frequently to upload them. I think I'm going to do 2 games from this best of 21 every day on YouTube. I've already done 2 of them, but I'll pick up the pace a little bit. So yeah, granted, the location of the relics really is unfortunate for Jordan. And I think that could be a little bit, I mean, could have been a lot bit more fair. That said, DauT has played this really well. And I think you're seeing the strength of picking the civilization DauT's gone for. Okay, that could be a conversion. It's not a conversion. The monk goes down. But DauT doesn't care because he's going to get relic number 3.
Salve.
And this one's right next to his base. And the thing is, the thing about that Melee have is they have the ability to gain a sick lead with economy because of the build I mentioned. Jordan he didn't really go for that build order here because he wanted to get monks out earlier. And so DauT, then his civilization has the ability to do this right here. So the way the game is played out strategically, and also, with the relics too, I will say, it has been better for DauT's civilization. What Jordan still has in him, though, to potentially win this game is the faster Imperial. He does have a ton of food right now, so maybe a skirmisher opening and pushing this back before it gets worse. All right. So Jordan's going to have to try and end this game before relics become a factor as he drops the TC on this gold. Oh, man. We're 30 minutes in, and this is an issue. Oh, that sucks. I mean, truthfully, though, he could have thought ahead on that, right? He's seen the crossbows being masked. Looks like he's trying to get this. Oh, no, DauT just got the 4th relic. And DauT's going to come forward now, which is something that's pretty unique, actually. To do this against Malay when they could be an imp faster is a little risky. So I'm thinking maybe the castle won't be on Jordan's face, and it will instead be here. But maybe DauT sees this as an opportunity. I mean, there's an unfinished TC on the gold. There's 2 golds there. He doesn't know if Jordan's on stone or not to have a castle. And actually, Jordan will not have a castle when he reaches him. So this castle is just best case scenario for DauT. It's a good position. Yeah, guys, I don't need... Even though I might not be able to list off the specifics in my mind, someone is giving me this like big paragraph of specifics on the conversions. My main point that I'm circling back to is I just think it should be more consistent because it's a competitive game, right? What I need to know is that it can vary greatly at times, and that it can be really, it can swing games in many important moments. You think about like monk siege pushes. You oftentimes have the monks there to protect the siege. Sometimes you get a conversion against someone doing that with some knights, and then those knights turn around and kill the siege and the monks, and it can swing an entire game. So, yeah, and this does not extend. This does not extend to maps. RNG is what makes Age of Empires good. I just think we should limit some of the crazy RNG, like monks. That's all. I don't want to see maps be mirrored. That would be silly. In fact, there was actually a show match with that in the past, and I did not like it. It's like both the maps look the same. I think other RTS games are like that. Age of Empires is a lot about scouting and adapting to the map, which is really important. But you cannot adapt to someone getting an insta conversion. There's nothing you can do. All right. Yeah, but a monk is 100 gold. This is the most random thing of the game, to be fair. And investing in monks is very risky. Okay, I'm done talking about this. I'm not saying the people don't have good points on this. I'm just saying that everything that I've said on the topic, I've already said. All right, so I don't need to say anything more for you to understand what I mean, and we'll leave it at that. So Jordan, he doesn't really have access to gold long term here. He doesn't have the relics. So he has this gold. He's got to fight back. But can he get in close? He's clicking crossbowman. He wants to go crossbowman and skirmisher, I guess, against the Britons. The thing about even going skirmishers against Britons is that, and DauT might even take this relic, by the way. The thing about even taking or making skirms against the Britons is that they have so much range that even though skirms in some ways are the counter, by the time you make it in there with your group, you've already lost half of your men. So it's not a great feeling, and I'm really curious now. Like, is there a way back? As DauT is getting Warwolf, is there a way back here for Jordan? The score is 10-6 in the best of 21. I said that someone would win 11-6 in this best of 21. So it looks like my prediction is going to come true here, as DauT is pushing. I might have said Jordan was going to win 11-6, but we're just going to pretend it was DauT, and I mistyped it. Bombard cannon here getting ranged by the ARBs. All right, Jordan pulls it back. I'd like to see a massive Warwolf shot. Warwolf trebuchets can take out the skirms. Warwolf trebuchets could also take out the Bombard cannon. But the Bombard cannon is microing. Oh, boy. Bombard cannon goes down. Power of Warwolf right there. Power of Britons. Power of a good map, too. But honestly, I think if the map would have looked... If the relics would have been a bit more fair, what did the relics do to get Jordan out of this position? Like, seriously, the relics... That's not why DauT's winning right now. It's because he's got an amazing comp. And he also chose a spot in the map that would have been possible for Jordan to choose if he had the lead, right? There's a gold over here. You cannot go for Treb defense against the Civ because of the Warwolf upgrade, and Jordan just tried that and lost his Treb. And DauT being extremely patient now because he knows that he just doesn't need to overextend and make any mistakes as he takes out another bombard cannon. Population actually pretty close right now, but how on earth can Jordan push these castles? By the way, this is exactly how you need to play this civilization on Arena. You can't try and expand with your early castles and try and take it late. I mean, you can, but you don't really have mobility. You need to get to that death ball. Onager was about to complete. There's Trebs here. There's Arbs. Soon Onagers. Jordan has no chance. And the skirmishers, very talkative about it. Yep, exactly. Not very happy about it, but DauT looked freaking good in this best of 21. After day one, well, this is what the overall score now looks like. Overall score ends with 11-6 for DauT. But after day one, Jordan was up 4-3. And so I was thinking day two would look similar. But really, it was day two that won DauT this best of 21. He won 6-1 yesterday. Jordan saying he didn't have his best day. DauT also looked lights out. Today, that's going to be it for the games. There's no real... We don't get to see if there's anything more that Jordan was going to be able to bring us. I think that in some ways, like, I think the civs that Jordan selected were a little weird for me throughout the best of 21. Like maybe a third of the games I was questioning it. I speculated maybe that's because he'd practiced a lot of drafting scenarios because he hasn't been back that long, right? And maybe he's just used to the draft systems and free pick changes how he sees the game. But DauT is a great player, and he made it look good.
Ready.
And no, Jordan did never use Chinese. He never used some of the civilizations we thought could have been used on other maps. But to be fair, though, if he wins here, he might have used it on upcoming maps. You kind of have to save some civs here or there. But yeah, it was a fun best of 21. Shout out to Viper for doing this. It was cool. I feel a little bad for Jordan because I think he could have brought a higher level, but also, if you would have asked him a year ago, after he returned to the game, if he could take 6 games off of DauT, I think he would have said no. So he's really has stepped up his game. Showed that in Hidden Cup. What's weird, though, is that DauT lost to Yo 3-1 in Hidden Cup, right? And then Jordan beat Yo 4-1 in Hidden Cup. So if you look just on the results in the most recent big 1v1 tournament, Hidden Cup 4, Jordan was outperforming DauT at that stage. So the Age of Empires food chain is really interesting, and it really just comes down to matchups and also the level you're going to bring on any given day. A day one, it being 4-3 Jordan, and then day two being 6-1 DauT is a good example of that. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed casting it. That said,